Happy SummerSlam Sunday. This is the 31st annual SummerSlam and the 4th consecutive SummerSlam in the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. And SummerSlam will be going to a new location next year. They have announced the series and rumors of Los Angeles or Toronto. They haven't announced it, but for the time being, this is the last time I'm going to see SummerSlam in Brooklyn, so let's see if they go out with a bang. But the card they have now, I have my serious doubts, and also worth noting that NXT TakeOver was fucking amazing last night, and there's no chance I see SummerSlam coming close to that. So expectations lower. Let's hopefully we get a good show tonight. It's the pre-show right now. They're showing all the usuals on the pre-show panel. It's boring as hell. Not a fan of anyone on the pre-show. It just sucks.
So our first match on the pre-show is going to be the next tag match. Rusev and Lana against Almas and Zelina Vega. So before the match, I show Rusev and Lana. Rusev yelling at Aiden English to tell him to stay in the back. They don't want him to come out and ruin the match because he's been ruining the last few matches for them on SmackDown, so it makes sense. But it seems like he's probably going to come out and ruin the match, most likely. So they come out and Zelina Vega's wearing this white outfit. Oh my god, she is fucking hot. Jesus Christ, this woman. And Lana comes out looking hot as well. So I'm looking forward to this. Actually, this should be a fun match.
I hate when they have commercials in the match, but I liked how they started off with the two poses. It was actually fine. Kind of wish they'd have, they would have had a better spot, because I think this match might get over with the crowd, but I think the other two matches are not going to get over at all, because I think crowd loves Rusev, obviously. So I thought they should probably headline the pre-show.
Match wasn't very long. The whole match was basically going to be Lana and Zelina Vega. They didn't really care much. WWE didn't really want to do Almas and Rusev. It was going to be Lana and Vega. The problem is they already had two matches on SmackDown, and Vega beat her twice. And they had Lana dominate the match, and then Vega gets a roll up, and I think she forgot to put her feet on the rope until the last second, and she gets the win. And it was like, all right, we've seen Zelina Vega. She made Lana her bitch. She's beaten her 3 times. Now what are they going to do now with Rusev and Lana? They didn't do anything with English. It is what it is. Match was nothing. So on the pre-show, it'll blow your mind. They have this one really surprised me. A special guest, Jerry the King Lawler. Wow.
So we got the Cruiserweight title next. Cedric Alexander, Drew Gulak. So I'm hoping we get a new champion. I think we should see a new champ. I think Gulak deserves to be a new champion. I'd like to see it, and we'll see how they do.
So Gulak and Alexander, they had a good match. It was getting really fun near the end, and then I hated the ending. They had Alexander win with he retained his title by rolling up Gulak and holding the tight, so the face gets a cheap win. I don't know if they're gonna do a double turn. I don't watch 205 Live or anything, but I thought the wrong guy won, but it was a good match. I just didn't like the ending. Not just Alexander. I didn't like how they ended the match, but it was definitely a fun match, so I enjoyed it.
More pre-show bullshit. You see all of the guys there. I can't wait. The world is talking about Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. Yeah, right. The world's talking about AJ and Joe. I hate listening to WWE shows all day. It's fucking miserable watching a pre-show. Raw tag titles are next. So it's the last match on the pre-show. So hopefully you get to see a title change. I hope so. That match was a piece of shit. That was bullshit. Revival should have won, but they're a complete joke. It's like everyone who comes up from NXT are completely concerned now. It's like, all right, they're gonna ruin them. It's like it's starting to hurt NXT now. It's like when I watch them, it's like, I can't wait to enjoy you in NXT. You're awesome in NXT, and I just know you're gonna be ruined on the main roster. The ending was bullshit. We just saw another roll-up ending, 2 back-to-back, and bullshit roll-up endings. Inside Cradle being turned around, just a stupid ending. What a shitty match. So, not too happy with this damn pre-show. It was a fucking 3 roll-up finishes in 1 fucking show. Are you kidding me?
Damn, we have Zelina Vega rolling up Lana and having her feet on the ropes to cheat and beat her with her feet on the ropes. And you have Cedric Alexander rolls up Drew Gulak and grabs a tight, and now here you have an inside cradle, and that gets switched over. So all 3 roll-up finishes on the fucking pre-show. That match sucked. So main show's about to start. That might have been a bad show for us. He's in the video package. The show, we start off with Intercontinental title. They told us down on the pre-show it's going to be Ziggler and Rollins. So Ambrose comes out with Rollins and McIntyre with Ziggler. One thing I noticed was Ambrose came out first and Rollins came out. But when Ziggler came out, he came out first and McIntyre came out. I was like, okay, I tell McIntyre's the bigger star. So they had a great match, as you'd expect. The only qualm about it
was that I'd seen the match so many times, so my expectations were not the highest because, how many times do I want to see Seth Rollins face Dolph Ziggler? They're both good wrestlers. It's just, they had the Iron Man match. It's like, they go from main eventing Extreme Rules to starting off SummerSlam, but you know what? Yeah, this match blew away the Extreme Rules match. This was great. I thought the best match of the night, still, easily best match of the night. Great match. The spot everyone's going to be talking about was with Seth. You know what? Seth always does a superplex into a suplex. Like, when he does a superplex, usually then he gets you up and he does like, he slams you with the superplex or something like that. He did the back suplex and looked nasty. Like, oh my God, Dolph Ziggler's going to break his neck. And then he picks up again and does another one. Looked nasty, looked awesome. Had a lot of false finishes. You had, Seth kick out of Dolph's finisher. You had Ambrose get involved. They never really teased Ambrose's turning. One thing I liked was really not much about Ambrose and McIntyre. I was afraid it's going to be a cluster. This was about Rollins and Ziggler. And, Ambrose does hit the dirty deeds on McIntyre on the ring apron, and Rollins hits his finisher, the curb stomp. I don't care. I'm calling it the curb stomp on Ziggler. Crowd goes nuts. They lost their shit. Rollins wins. Rollins is so over. He should be the top guy right now. You know what? As much as I like Strowman, Rollins is the most over guy in the company. More than Daniel Bryan, more than AJ, it's Rollins. He's the most over guy. He should be in the main event right now. He is super over right now. He's the hottest thing in the company. He wins the Intercontinental title back. I don't like that. I'd rather see him, go for the WWE title, but he beats Ziggler, and Ziggler, we know there's a ceiling on Ziggler. So I don't know what goes next. Maybe maybe Rollins and, McIntyre. That's the best match. I think that's next. Or Ambrose turns. I think they're going to wait on that. I don't think you want to see that for the Intercontinental title. You might do that at WrestleMania. You might get Rollins and Ambrose at WrestleMania, but Rollins is your Intercontinental champ. So the show starts off hot. We're off to a good start. Then we go to the SmackDown Tag Team titles. You have Bludgeon Brothers and New Day. So New Day is so over. It's crazy. It's funny. I hear so much hate for the New Day online. They're sick of the acting. Like, I don't like the pancakes. I wish they'd stop with that shit. But the New Day is super over. For people who keep saying they'll turn them, I'm sick of the New Day. They're very over. They get a big reaction all the time. They're always fun to watch. The crowd likes them. I don't mind them. I still enjoy it. I'd wish they'd, do more stuff, but they're very over here, and Bludgeon Brothers have been a flop. I'm sorry. They've been on the main roster. Like, they've made a return with Harper and Rowan. It's been a flop. I'm sick of them. They're not getting over. We saw flashes of the old Luke Harper. This was a damn good match. It was a hell of a match. Lots of fun. Fans really into it. It was great. You had probably the coolest part was Xavier doing his elbow drop onto the outside. Lots of fun. Lots of big spots in this match. He had a lot of dives here. This was a lot of fun. This is like one of those New Day's tag matches when they tear it up on pay-per-view. It was a great match. And it's like, all right, New Day's winning. You got the impression that the New Day was going to win. It was really exciting. It's those tag matches, like they have those. They had those all last year with the Usos on pay-per-view. The New Day always tears it up. Then out of nowhere, Eric Rowan grabs his sledgehammer and hits one in the New Day. Match ends in DQ. They beat the crap out of them. Bludgeon Brothers retain their titles. They lose by DQ. So a feud continues, but it's like, all right, I didn't mind it too much, but they did another DQ. And that DQ was way better than this DQ, which I'll get to AJ and Joe later. But it's like, 2 DQs on the SummerSlam. Whatever. It is what it is. What are you going to do? After that, they went to the Money in the Bank briefcase match, Braun Strowman against Kevin Owens, and this was a complete squash. I had a feeling this was going to be a squash. This was one of 3 squashes tonight, 3 squash matches at SummerSlam, and of the 3, this was the least one that had to be a squash. I mean, Strowman needed to win. It could have been a clean win for Strowman. You could have given Owens some stuff. I mean, definitive win. We all knew that would happen for Strowman, but for him to just destroy Kevin Owens, that's bullshit. I mean, when you see Alexa Bliss get destroyed, yeah, she's fighting a UFC world champion, former champion. When you see Baron Corbin, this guy sucks. It's the demon or trying to get over. Why did Kevin Owens have to get destroyed? I mean, you can say it's a real fight. Okay, look, Braun Strowman killed Kevin Owens way quicker in a real fight, but I'm just saying, I don't think they should have just had him get squashed like that, but it is what it is. They want to push Strowman. I'm afraid the fans might turn on Strowman. I think that they should really be worried about that. Then we go to the first women's championship match.
Carmella defending against Becky and Charlotte. So I don't know how I feel about this match. It was fun in parts. It was good. The crowd got into it late in the match, but there was so much sloppiness. And it's like they had parts where Carmella was dominating Charlotte and Becky. They had too much of Carmella. She was too involved in this match, and she slowed it down. Becky made some mistakes too. I mean, there was that spot that I can't get over. Charlotte does her big moonsault from the top rope. This was a corkscrew. She does it on every single big show, every WrestleMania, every SummerSlam. She always does that moonsault. When she does it here, Carmella actually made a good thing. She caught her, but Becky forgets to catch her, and it just looked bad, and Becky sold it anyway. Charlotte never hit her. That looked no good. Carmella did a suicide dive. It was fun. Near the end, it got a lot of fun. Kind of reminded me of the WrestleMania 32 triple threat with Charlotte, Becky and Sasha. They had some stuff like that. They did some of that. That's how they kind of booked it, similar to that. Carmella clearly slowed the match down. It was fine. I mean, Charlotte gets the win. She hits Becky with the natural selection. The bigger story, however, is not Charlotte's title win. It's like Charlotte and Ronda both win the titles at SummerSlam. That's not a mistake. That's clearly foreshadowing for something bigger. Both got huge wins at WrestleMania. They both get huge wins at SummerSlam. They're clearly going with that as the main event. I'm fine with that, but I don't like the Becky heel turn. Becky is so much more over as a face than Charlotte. Charlotte, they like Charlotte, but they love Becky. Becky's super over. It's like, they always do this. They did this with Nakamura earlier this year. This with Asuka when she's a face. They make turn her heel now. They do this so many times. When someone's super over his face, capitalize on it. You just don't turn her heel. She's heel now. The fans are going to cheer for Becky, and they're going to boo Charlotte. That's what's going to happen. It's probably going to be Charlotte's going to beat her cleanly at Evolution. That's clearly the match. I think they're going to do Charlotte and Carmella next at the Hell in a Cell show. And then Charlotte, Becky at Evolution. They'll tear the house down for sure. But, do we need to see Charlotte, as champ? I'd rather just save it for WrestleMania. I think you might have the fans turn on Charlotte. And who knows, maybe the fans start to turn on Ronda. You never know. That match could get, that might fuck up. It might blow up in WWE's face, that women's main event. But I don't know. I would have had, I hate to say it, oh my God, I know I'm the biggest Carmella critic. I'm not even talking about her loss. I'm so happy it's over. I'm thinking to myself, should this chick, I don't like what they're doing with Charlotte and Becky right now. I really prefer I don't want to see, Becky. I think Becky's going to be booed, cheered heavily as a heel, and Charlotte's going to be booed as a babyface. I'm thinking to myself, no one wants to see that. People like Becky. They want to cheer her for her. She has that Daniel Bryan momentum. Not as much as that, not to that level, but they want to get behind her. To turn her heel, it's like you're just destroying all of her momentum. They love Charlotte. They want to push Charlotte as the top woman. I understand Charlotte's awesome, but do I really want to see Charlotte and Becky, like a heel Charlotte and a face Becky? I wouldn't have mind if Charlotte turned after she won the belt to make her a bitch, and then Becky beat Charlotte at Evolution, because that's clearly what they're doing. Charlotte and Becky Evolution. I think they'll do Carmella at Hell in a Cell again, but it is what it is. The match was still good. It was a fine match. It's easily the best thing Carmella's ever been in, even though she was cleared the third wheel. But that's the direction they're going to go. AJ and Joe. So before the match, I have that Joe. He cusses out, AJ's wife. He says, Wendy. He says, I'm coming home tonight. They show AJ's daughter in the crowd. AJ has more than one kid, but the match they had was a great match. It was really fun. The crowd was super into it. They really liked it. It was in the middle of the show, and the way they booked it, they had to. If they're going to do a DQ near the end of the show, it'll piss everyone off. But in the middle of the show, it was fine. The only problem is with doing a DQ, you just did a DQ at the New Day. So you just had New Day have a DQ with the Bludgeon Brothers. So now you have the same brand, another title match, also a DQ. No, that's a mistake. Don't book the tag match a DQ. Just have the Bludgeon Brothers get a cheap win. But in this match, the DQ is fine because they're going to continue at Hell in a Cell. They don't want to have AJ. AJ's going to probably win at Hell in a Cell. So you have to give Joe a DQ win. So it gives Joe an immediate rematch at the next pay-per-view. The match was, again, a great match. I didn't like the TNA chants. I know they made her name with Christopher Daniels, and that triple threat match had all those classic matches in TNA. AJ and Joe and those Ultimate X's. But, TNA, it's Impact Wrestling. There's no TNA. Do you have to chant TNA? Match was, again, a great match. AJ Styles, everyone wanted to see AJ win badly. I think more people want to see Joe win. I meant to say it wrong. I think more people want to see Joe win. I want to see Joe win, but they made Joe a complete dick. They had this thing at the end, Joe, talks to AJ's family. He's on the top of the announce table. AJ flips out. He jumps through the announce table, onto the announce table. They crash through a barricade, beats the hell out of him with the steel chair, and then AJ kicks his ass. And it's a DQ finish, and then AJ goes with his wife and his daughter. He leaves, and AJ's daughter says, "Daddy, you're bleeding." It was actually kind of cute in a way.
That's clearly Hell in a Cell. It's fine. I mean, it was in the middle of the show. It's fine. I mean, if we're going to book a DQ, we're going to book a DQ. Then after that, they went to the women's, they went to an Elias segment. They had him break a guitar. No Rock. I mean, I thought The Rock. I predicted The Rock on my predictions. No Rock. Okay, fine. After that, they went to the Daniel Bryan and Miz match. And so when they had Maurice on the front row, I kind of can predict Miz is going to win. What they're going to do, this is clearly leading to this match. I think WWE is going to love it. Total Divas is going to love it. The Miz and Mrs. show, Total Bellas. What they're clearly planning to do next is having Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella against the Miz and Maurice. They did that same kind of match with John Cena and Nikki at WrestleMania 33. That's clearly the direction. I don't want to see it. I don't want to, but that's clearly the direction. Daniel Bryan will win this feud eventually. He's staying. We all know he's staying. I'm fine with Miz winning. Match was good. I didn't think it needed to go as long as it did. I know Daniel Bryan wants to have great matches. I mean, Miz is not a great wrestler. You can tell. Daniel Bryan can have a great match with almost anyone. This was a good match, not a great match. I didn't need to be a great match because this is the first in their series. You know what? They probably shouldn't be tearing the host down right away, even if it's SummerSlam. But Miz uses a brass knucks old trick. I mean, you're thinking all these old heel tricks. You know, rolling tights, have your feet on the rope, brass knucks, using sledgehammers. It's all heel stuff. The Miz beats Daniel Bryan, cheats in the victory. They had Maurice there, and Maurice helps him, so it's clear Brie Bella's going to go after the Maurice soon. I hope it's not Brie and Maurice at Evolution, since it's already Ronda and Nikki. They showed the Bellas earlier talking about how they're going to see Ronda, and I'm happy they got booed when they hugged her, but they showed the Bellas earlier. That's clearly where they're going. We're going to clearly get Ronda Rousey against Nikki Bella in the main event. I hope we don't have to sit through the Maurice and Brie Bella at SummerSlam. Or Evolution. That match is going to be just horrible, but I think the mixed tag's the future. So Miz gets the win. After that, they did a preview for Undertaker and Triple H at the Super Showdown. I don't care. Next was one of the best parts of the night, actually. It was a squash match. Baron Corbin comes out. No one cares. Finn Balor comes out as the Demon. As a surprise, and it teased it. I thought they should have teased it because I think fans would have loved it. But I love how the Balor Finn Demon is a completely different character than Finn Balor. Finn Balor regular sucks. He's boring. I'll say it. Regular Finn Balor is shit. The Demon is fucking awesome. He's a superstar as the Demon. It's the coolest thing. I think the reason they didn't do it at WrestleMania, which I was surprised, I'd love to see that thing in a stadium. This entrance looked cool. And one thing I had to mention is they had this graphic, like this kind of 3D graphic or something, from the top with the Barclays Center, like they were doing it. So the entrance looked cool. I'm thinking to myself, man, that's going to look even cool in the outdoor stadium. But Demon comes out, he destroys Baron Corbin, a second of 3 squash matches on the show. It's a complete embarrassment. Demolishes him in 3 minutes, crushes him. So Corbin's a loser. Go back in your slacks. He looks like Corporate Kane wrestling in his slacks, and Demon Balor is just awesome. So, cool. Next, we went to Nakamura and Jeff Hardy. So I was just hoping Randy Orton would come out and destroy it. Why is this match so late in the show? So you have this U.S. title match this late in the show, a match that no one's really excited for, and you're surprised that not too high into this. Nakamura, being Nakamura, phones it in. I mean, it's well known. We all know this guy phones it in on pay-per-views. He has this reputation. That's not a good reputation to have. I love Nakamura. I like his entrance. I love him in New Japan. But, I mean, to him to have that reputation of being just a guy who phones it in, he does it on house shows. He did it on pay-per-view again. He always phones it in. I blame the AJ feud was on him. It was on AJ. That guy phoned it in every fucking show. He always phones it in. He phones it in once again late in the show. Even though he was entertaining, he was charismatic. The coolest spot was Jeff Hardy doing the Swanson bomb into the apron. I'm sick of apron bumps. We saw it at NXT last night. I'm tired of the apron bumps. Can we stop at that? Like, please, I think I've seen enough of that. But, Nakamura gets the win. They have Hardy come out, or Orton come out after Nakamura wins, ready to beat down Jeff Hardy. I was thinking to myself, you know what I think can happen? Maybe Nakamura turns face again. Maybe Hardy's injured, but he goes away. Maybe it's Nakamura as a face versus Orton as a heel. But Orton comes out and he walks straight out of the back of the ramp. So they have to get Randy Orton on SummerSlam. They couldn't get John Cena this year, but at least they have to get Randy Orton. They have to get one of these two. It is what it is. So it was okay. The way it was built was fine. It was okay for them to do this. But I would have done this earlier in the show. I think they could have done better. Just don't do a U.S. title match just late in the show. So after that, they do more previews. Next, Raw Women's Championship, Rousey and Bliss. So they have Bliss come out. She comes out with Natalya. Oh, sorry, Natalya comes out first. When Natalya comes out, oh shit, is Natalya turning? Then Natty's going to turn on Ronda. Natty is turning on Ronda. Ronda's going to get screwed. They show the Bellas. Okay, are they going to all conspire together and team up with Bliss? Nope. Ronda Rousey massacres Alexa. This is one of the biggest squash matches I've ever seen. I mean, the Corbin match and the Owens matches were bad. They got destroyed, but Bliss got it the worst. It was for a title, and the thing with Bliss, she got really embarrassed here. It was like it was nothing. She hit Ronda one time. It was a kill. Ronda ripped this girl in half. She talked too much shit. Ronda came off as a heel here. Like they might turn her heel. I didn't like Ronda's makeup. It looked fucking terrible. Embarrassing. I didn't like her outfit. I don't like the way they dress her. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to say dress her more like how the other women, but she looks like she's going to the gym. That's what she looks like. I know she wore that in UFC, but here she looks like she's about to go to the gym. That's what Ronda Rousey looks like. Anyway, it was a kill. She killed her. She ripped her arm in half. They didn't show her really breaking Bliss's arm because Bliss can bend her arm, but it was a massacre. Rousey kills Alexa. Thank God. I was afraid they were going to have the Bellas conspire with Natalya and Raw going to screw over Ronda, and Bliss retains. Thank God Bliss is not champion. She'll beat Trish Stratus at Evolution because they love her, but this was exactly what it needed to be, a complete and utter massacre. Rousey wins. She celebrates with them. She cheered when Natalya came in. They booed the Bellas heavily, which is good. Hopefully that makes everybody reconsider that match at Evolution. And then, because that's a joke, but I know they want all the mainstream media, so they booed the Bellas, and Ronda hugged Natalya when they go up the stage. It was nice. I mean, Natalya can see her best friend win the title, so people were happy to see Natty there. Ronda's kissing Travis Brown, her husband, MMA fighter in the UFC. So Rousey's her new women's champion, and so is Charlotte. Clearly, like I said, that's your WrestleMania main event. They both won big matches at WrestleMania 34. Ronda beats Stephanie in the mixed tag match, and Charlotte beats Asuka Streak. Both huge wins. They both win their titles. Ronda wins the Raw Women's title. Charlotte wins the SmackDown Women's title at SummerSlam. As I said, clearly, this is what they're doing at WrestleMania. And then, main event. So I didn't watch it. I know what happened. I'll just talk about it quickly. It was a smart move. Vince is smart. WWE is smart. This was genius. Fans were going nuts. What they did was they had Strowman come out. He got a huge reaction saying, whoever wins, I'm cashing this in. Didn't happen. It was Reigns. They had a match, and I don't know what happened. Reigns is your champ. I think Brock beat up Strowman on the outside, and Reigns beat him, so Brock's gone. Bye, Brock. Fuck that. It is what it is. I'm not getting mad about it. They did what they did. Not going to talk about that. Reigns is the champ. Whatever. Don't care. Really, it's like, I mean, it was a smart move. They knew how to not let the fans ruin the show. They'll be pissed off on Raw tomorrow night, but it was clever. So, the overall show, I thought it was fun. It was a fun show. Not a great show. Too much, we had, the main event was kind of a cluster. I didn't watch it. It was a cluster how they booked it. Rousey Bliss was a squash. Balor Corbin's a squash. Strowman Owens was a squash. The women's matches the SmackDown Women's Champ, a lot of botches. The two best matches were AJ and Joe, and Ziggler and Rollins were both great, even though AJ and Joe had the DQ, but it was still a good match. The tag match was good, and the Miz and Daniel Bryan match was good. So it was a decent show. I thought it was a decent SummerSlam. A lot of good stuff. Finishes weren't the best, but I thought, I thought they booked the show well. So, I'm going to give this SummerSlam a thumbs up. I might be wrong. Some people might hate it. I'm going to say this was a decent, a well-booked show. The matches weren't the greatest because of the finishes, but I thought that was booked well.